This is gonna taste good.
We have to eat this? Are you sure?
We get to eat this, yeah. In 1979, the same decade that the Beatles disbanded, a new supergroup was formed under the McDonald's Golden Arches. We're talking about the chopped beefsteak sandwich with a side of onion nuggets, Trevor, and it is a taste that we are aching to eat again. And Trevor, when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, what do?
I don't know.
You bring it back from the past!
It's time for
Fast food! There's no crescendo, there's no drive. It's just like, we're yelling at him, and then again, we're yelling at him. Back from the past! Fast food! Let's do it. Let's get some aggression. Trevor, I bet you know that McDonald's has a breakfast menu.
Yes, I do.
But did you know that they once had a dinner menu?
No.
I think it's actually kind of wild. They had a dedicated dinner menu that was served between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. And this was like, you've had dinner? And this is like the kickoff item. They had the chopped beefsteak sandwich. It was meant to appeal to like newly working families who, you know, they didn't want to make anything. They come into McDonald's, they get a nice classy dinner, like a chopped beefsteak sandwich. So neither of us were around in 1979, 13 years before my birth, 38 years before yours. This is what we got coming from our end. We're taking some London broil here and we're gonna kind of like emulsify that with some chemicals and flavoring agents and try and make a disc that fits into an oblong bun, but it's almost identical to the McRib bun. This is essentially the McSteak.
Okay.
This is the McSteak, the precursor to the McRib. What we're getting from McDonald's, we walk into a McDonald's, we said, hey, can you please fill a drink cup with onions? So that's what we got going on here. So this is what we're gonna use to make our onion nuggets. We're gonna saute these, we're gonna try and freeze them, and we're gonna figure out how to nuggetify some onions.
Why'd you put them on the counter?
I don't know,
like
I did it for emphasis and now I'm regretting it because we got it here. I'll scoop them back up.
No.
Trevor, talk to them, I'll scoop the onions.
Okay, so Josh said 1979 was 38 years before I was born, but I did the math in my head and that's not true.
The thing about McDonald's onions is they're pretty old. Puff that. These are not those pungent onions you ever smelled. Well, hey, let's get to cooking. Trevor, we're gonna get to the beef, but first, before the beef, you got onions.
Yeah.
Because the cows eat the onions, that builds them big and strong, and then you make the beef.
I don't know that that's
Do you know the scene in Napoleon Dynamite where he tastes the milk and he goes like, this cow got into an onion patch? That's a real thing. If cows eat onions, the milk will taste like onions.
Oh, that's right, because he has a brief stint as a milk taster.
Correct, Mundo, yeah. And that's real, that's like scientifically accurate. So we gotta make these onion nuggets. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna saute these. I never had these, it was 1979 for crying out loud, but I've read some firsthand accounts of people eating the onion nuggets. It appears what they have done is they saute some onions, they like freeze them into little dollops, and then they bread them and fry them. So you eat this crispy nugget and it explodes in your mouth with onion goo.
Wow, I can't wait.
Does that idea appeal to you?
You know, I think it actually sounds pretty good. I mean, I like onion rings.
I like onion rings, but I actually kind of hate onion rings.
Yeah, because you slurp the onion out.
You slurp the onion out.
This is the better alternative to onion rings.
I agree with that. And this way you can like season the onion. So we're gonna add some white pepper to that. We're just adding dehydrated onion to increase the amount of onion flavor.
Onion.
It's like, you know, whenever you drink milk, you should like add more powdered milk to it. That way you get more milk per milk.
I don't think that's...
Yeah, no, that's what I do. That's how you get extra protein in your diet. You get more milk per milk if you add powdered milk. So we're getting more onion per onion by adding the onion powder to the onions. We're gonna hit some black pepper. And then Trevor, taste some of that powder.
It's MSG.
Yeah, eat it. Eat the MSG.
Tastes like MSG.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Gosh, do I love it. So we're adding MSG and salt in there because we're just trying to make like a dense little flavor bomb in this.
Yeah.
So this obviously did not work out for McDonald's. It wouldn't be here. Any dish that did work out would not be on this show.
It's crazy that these came out 47 years before I was born.
Do you ever feel like you're too young? Like you should age up a little bit? Because I used to do that when I went from being very young in the office to being very old so quick.
Sometimes I feel like the young guy, like the kid, and I don't want to be the dumb kid, but you know, sometimes I just resign myself to
I think
that.
lean into it while you can.
Yeah.
Man. That's my advice. Because again, you're gonna be old so fast, and time will just pass you by, and you will have existential crises about it, trying to decode what's going on in TikTok.
Okay.
What are all these
I'll
teens?
prepare myself for that.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Well, it's not the most fun thing right now. We're waiting for the onions to saute. Sorry, Trevor. This is the thing about the young generation. Everything is so fast. Like you all have ADHD, whereas people from my generation, no, we're incredibly focused and diligent about the things that we're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
These onions are nice and sauteed. We want to get them translucent, but we don't want them to be caramelized. So we want to keep all that onion flavor. We don't want it in there. So here, Trevor, take that, spoon some little onion dollops in there. We need to freeze these into little dollops. We want it to be definitely smaller than that. Like cut that in half.
We're just gonna freeze these and fry them?
This is like how chicken nuggets are made. They cut little chicken nuggets. What do you want from me?
No, nothing. I'm surprised they're not blended.
No, they had some like whole onion chunk in there, but then when you freeze these, all the water molecules and the oil are gonna kind of combine. And when you fry them, it's all gonna melt into just a goo. And why McDonald's thought just creating a explosion of onion goo was good for the brand. It's a little bit unclear, but it does feel like a kind of elevated onion ring situation, you know?
Yeah.
You're a businessman coming home 1979, you're like, Mad Men. I never watched Mad Men, I'm not gonna BS you. I just assumed it was the type of people they were advertising to in 1979.
If this is what they were doing at the McDonald's, I can understand why these might have failed.
It's like, love is merely a drug that your body whispers into your ear, and I am the man behind that whisper with the lingerie commercial. I'm Don Draper. And then he like smokes inside next to a child.
Who is Don Draper?
He's the guy who's got the... Never mind. We're gonna let him freeze, and then we're gonna get onto the chopped beefsteak sandwich, which that one, Trevor, I know how much you love throwing meat in the blender.
Yeah.
We're back at it, baby. Unsheath your sword.
Avast, you scallywags!
What was that?
Pirate.
Who?
I was being a pirate.
Never seen her. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna be asking, I have no idea what the chopped beefsteak sandwich actually was on account of it was made in 1979. However, I have had these like chopped beefsteak sandwiches from other fast food restaurants. Carl's Jr. had a really nice Western bacon steak sandwich, and it's all these like pressed and formed patties. So
yeah.
Pick up that knife, I'm gonna flap this down. There it is. Don't mind the color on it. Actually, it is very normal for beef to be brown on the outside. All that is nope. That's the opposite. It's supposed to be red on the outside, brown on the inside. Well, our beef's brown. Deal with it. So what separates this from a hamburger? One, at McDonald's, this cost $1.49, which is more than 3 times more than the normal hamburger price. Allegedly, some people who had it really loved it, but it was an incredibly expensive item for the time. What I imagine they were doing is they were taking a whole steak as opposed to all the beef trimmings that go into a burger. And they were just blending the whole steak with various spices and different starches to sort of give it form, because it was a pressed and chopped patty. It wasn't just a whole piece of steak. To hold this together, we're gonna add some cornstarch in there. So this is how McDonald's makes things cheaper. They thin it out with other things so you get less beef per beef. The same way that we got more onion per onion, we're getting less beef per beef within this beefsteak sandwich.
Wow, there's a lot of science
that goes into this. So we're gonna add some garlic powder. We're gonna take like that trinity of fast food flavorings, which is garlic, onion, white pepper, and then also MSG. We're calling it the quadrinity.
Quadrinity? Is this beef safe to eat?
Yeah, no, look at that. It's nice and red on the inside and brown on the outside. Why would the manager say it's his special cut of beef if it wasn't good? It almost doesn't have any texture to it when you cut it either, which is really incredible. You can kind of just mash at the beef, and I've never seen beef that you can just mash.
Was I going too slow for you?
A little bit.
Was I giving it too much care?
Tender lemon carrot. Okay, here, pop the top on that, and we're gonna blend it and then stream in some water to try and decrease our food cost on this. That's how scientific we're going. Let it run. You click it. I don't know how to click the button. Yeah. No, it's fine. You gotta jimmy it. You gotta jimmy it and it'll go. Give it a sec. It's gonna blend the meat. No, it'll get there. What's going on?
What happened?
There's a little bit of water in there. Yeah, now pop it on. It should work. It's gonna be good though. I mean, this is how sausage is made, you know? There we go, now it's working. Spin it, meat tornado. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we got our beef blending. Once you see it kind of creating a soft ball at the top, that's what we want. Yeah, perfect.
Oh God.
Perfect. That's awesome. Here, here, make some space, make some room. We're gonna spray this down with a little bit of food lube.
Oh,
Trevor,
look at the schleem that shot out.
Yeah, that's just beef juice for fine. So take some of that beef, pop it right there. Yeah, pop that beef for Papa, pop the beef for Papa, Trevor. All right, great, that's perfect. We're gonna kind of flap it out a little bit here.
Rolling pin fell.
There we go, now it's fine. Oh God, what have we done? This doesn't look like sausage. I was like, this is sausage. This doesn't look like sausage. This looks like a human material.
Rolling pin was on the ground.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you're gonna put it over the sheet though, right? So
yeah.
It doesn't matter, it's not touching the meat.
That's what I say. It's like when I drop like a it's like when I drop a grape on the ground. It's like I don't eat the skin. I chew the grape and then I spit the skin out. So it's fine, I can eat ground grapes. You wanna do it? You're a baker. Yeah, so we're looking for like about a 1/2 inch thickness right here, and then we're gonna carve out the shape of the oblong bun.
You said a 1/2 inch. You said a 1/2 inch, it's done.
No, you gotta pat it out now.
Why?
You gotta spread it.
Why?
It wasn't even. I take pride in my work.
It was even. It was even. It's less even now.
No, it's great. You wanna grab a bun? We need a sacrificial bun because we're covered in raw beef. I have an itch and I don't know how to scratch it.
Get it on my elbow. Okay. Oh, it's
so
greasy.
This is what cat does. Yeah,
it's so
covered
greasy.
In grease. Just put the bun on the raw meat. We're not gonna eat this bun. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna trace around this. We wanna get it about 20% more because this is gonna shrink up because that water is gonna steam out.
Oh, this is funny.
Look, and now we got a little beef patty. So we're gonna form a couple more of these patties. We gotta roll this out again, and then we're gonna go ahead and bake this off. I'm ready, man. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? You pumped?
Yeah.
You pumped?
Yeah,
Let's get it going.
pumped.
Slap me in the back like a powerlifter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor, so we got the beef steak patties bacon in the oven right there. Right now, we gotta make the steak sauce that goes on it.
Okay.
Steak sauce is typically made from like a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Right? Like A1 has raisins in it.
What?
A lot of Worcestershire. Yeah, A1 got raisins.
I hate raisins. Frick!
Millennials hate
I
raisins.
can't eat A1 anymore.
I'm sorry, man. They really seem to hit you.
Dang!
So we're taking Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire is made from fish. You know that?
No.
Ah, got him. Take ketchup. Put the ketchup in there. I can do it. Sometimes we don't have like enough for two of us to do a thing. So I'm just like, Trevor, hand me that garlic. And then that's what we do. That's what this intricate dance is. You know, we don't think everything else does. Anyways, steak sauce from McDonald's. What I imagine, it's very corn syrupy, right?
Yeah.
So like now we got the places that are partnering with A1 and doing that. But I imagine their steak sauce back then, it was just like a whole lot of ketchup, a little bit of Worcestershire, probably some other different flavorings in there that people like. You know, you got a little bit of mustard.
Yeah.
A little bit of mustard's nice on steak. Beef and mustard go together. Horseradish.
Yeah.
That's adult. They're trying to
Yeah.
market this to adults. This is what, you know, the sexy, fancy Madison Avenue men. That's what Mad Men is short for.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that.
Yeah.
A little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of onion powder. You know the drill. You know, it's in all fast food. That's stuck in there. What's this?
Corn syrup.
This is water. Oh god, it's spilling out. So we're gonna add the corn syrup to that. That's gonna give it a nice sheeny coat, and then we're actually gonna glaze the beefsteak patty in there because
Ooh. Are you gonna stir that at
that was
all?
corn syrup and garlic powder.
You should probably stir it.
I don't think so. So Trevor, take some of that.
What is it?
It's called browning. The only ingredients are caramel color and thick.
What does it do?
It makes things thick and colored like caramel. Like anytime you see
Use
a
words.
fast food that looks like way too unnaturally brown,
Yeah.
right? They're not actually getting a nice char on it. They're like baking it in an oven.
Baking it?
They're baking it in the oven until it's just nice and sweaty. And then they're taking some sort of a browning thing, brushing it on it. They see how brown this is?
Yeah,
Trevor, is that you ever seen a
brown.
sauce browner than this?
I don't think I have.
Nah, this is 1979 brown right here.
Yeah,
Tastes like
because-
disco and precursor to the Reagan era.
This bottle looks like it's from 1979.
They have not changed anything on the brand.
1979
Anyone who is
bottle.
using browning in a bottle does not care about branding. That is not a consumer-friendly product. All right, Trevor, grab the. So we got our beefsteaks that are just kind of a little sweated.
Oh my god, they're
They're a little
so
sweated.
wet.
Yeah, they're kind of leaking out a fair amount of that water that we put in there, but I think it's gonna make it really nice and juicy.
That is
We're gonna brush
horrifying.
it down to this is gonna taste good.
We
I don't
have
care what
to
you say.
eat this? Are you
What do you-
sure?
We get to eat this, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, bring it out.
Oh my god.
If you look at the beefsteak patties, we've kind of done the way you like flood a rice patty to cook it. Well, let's brush some of that liquid off.
What is going
We'll just
on?
mop that liquid.
That is dog
Trevor,
food.
this is not dog food. It's good. Smell it. Okay, it smells like dog food, but Trevor, check this out. Once we get, again, it doesn't look like anything until we're gonna brush the browning in with that liquid.
Now it looks like poo.
No, it's gonna be nice. This is like me a day after getting the meat sweats going in the 24-hour fitness sauna, and I just leak.
Why didn't you want to cook it in a pan?
Because this is how McDonald's is probably doing it. They're just
How
putting
do
it in
you
a
know?
factory.
It was 130 years
They said
ago.
It's vinegar. So it's like what they do with the McRib, right? That's never seen a grill. It's never even seen a flat top. They bake it in an industrial oven, and they keep it in a heat drawer glazed in whatever the sugar sauce is. And it's delicious.
Know that. You don't know
delicious.
that. This was
I've
130
surmised.
years ago.
I've surmised.
130
Trevor, allow
oh.
me to surmise.
Smells so bad.
Can you go ahead and pop this back in the oven?
Yeah.
We're just gonna pop that back in the oven for, I don't know, anywhere between like 2 hours and a couple days, you know, because I imagine they weren't moving these very fast back then. So they probably just kind of kept them warming. It's like, what's that called? Like an infinite sauce?
What?
No, infinite stew. In the Middle Ages, they used to just like keep the same pot of stew going for years. And they'd like, you know, like feed the little orphans in the medieval Times Square, and they just have one pot of stew and they throw more stuff in it and more stuff in it.
Why do you have to lie to people?
Oh no, it's like the way that, what's his name? Enrique Olvera from Puyol has had the same pot of mole going for 10 years now. This is what McDonald's does with the beefsteak sandwiches. Go with it.
Yeah, but it is discontinued, so how are they going to keep going for that?
There's gotta be one McDonald's that kept this in the drawer since 1979, and there's still a couple in there. We gotta find it. So I'm gonna drop these into the flour. They're just gonna get them nice and coated, and then I'm gonna ship them over to you, and then you go egg and then into breadcrumb. All right, we're gonna do a little assembly line, just like the McDonald's. Then right into the fryer, right after the breadcrumbs. Make sure they're completely coated. How are you feeling? Are you confident?
Yeah.
I'm confident.
Yeah.
They're gonna be good. There's gonna be, think about it, because we got the sweaty beef, and then we got these onions exploding with goo. The combination of sweaty beef and exploding goo never steered me wrong.
I got chunky fingers.
Yeah, here, just
I
slop it off, slop it off, slop it off.
I'm slopping.
Coat in the flour. It smells like fried stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good sign that we're doing something right. Even though the onion nuggets failed, even though these were discontinued very soon after they debuted, the chairman of McDonald's at the time was like, hey, onion nuggets were a failure, but nuggets in general, what a successful concept. You should do these with chicken. That's how the chicken nugget was born.
Look at these.
That said, with the amount of people that are going back to a vegetarian diet now, this is the chance for them to make a comeback. Those are looking awesome, man. I think you should pull those.
Pull those?
These are looking good. I'm gonna try and get them a little more uniform in here.
Yeah, ours are looking a little craggy.
They're looking a little craggy.
What do they look like? I don't even think I know.
Oh, they looked exactly like that. I mean, they're just little turds. They're just little fried turds.
I'm pretty happy with this.
I'm pretty happy with it. I think these look good. I think they're gonna be the perfect side. We got our beef sweating still.
Actually, looks pretty good.
They do look good. You ever have the corn fritters at the Sizzler Buffet? R.I.P.
No.
Sizzler Buffet. We're up in heaven. I can't wait to meet you when I find my name gets called.
I did.
What?
I did go to the Sizzler though a lot, but I don't remember the corn fritters.
Corn fritters. They had corn fritters and they were discontinued on the buffet. They were like this, except when you bit into it, it was just a goo of corn instead of a goo of onions.
Oh, that sounds less fun.
What do you mean less fun? Corn is the funnest vegetable.
No.
It comes, you see it when you poop. That's the most fun thing there is.
You see everything when you poop, you just don't see it whole.
That's fair.
And
yeah,
that's a
well,
metaphor for life, if you think about it.
I'm pretty happy with these onion nuggets though.
I am too. I actually really want to eat one right now, but I'm not because I want to have the full experience.
We gotta cut to the packaging. Trevor, back in 1979, when I was eating these onion nuggets, I was like, this day is never gonna come when they're gonna come back. But here they are right now in the flesh.
Onion nuggets.
Boy, do they smell like wet Funyuns. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's like Funyuns that fell in the pool.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Are we gonna dip it in the steaks? No, we should go plain.
No.
The inside. What's going on? It's like
onion goo.
wait. It's almost like if someone tried to make a tater tot, but then like I kind of fell into like a bed of onions. They're like, we can't afford to waste it. It's got a bit of a sandy texture to it, but not in a bad way.
No, I like it.
Would you eat these as like a side as opposed to say like, I don't know, a French fry?
I don't know if I would go over a McDonald's French fry, but I way prefer these to onion rings.
I guess so, yeah. Okay, onion nuggets, I see you. Let's get into this McSteak.
Oh God, I'm not as excited about this.
I'm pretty excited about this. You got the onions, you got the floppy beef patty here. I kind of want to rip it in half.
It really does look like a McDonald's sandwich though.
It sure does. We did a good job. Trevor, before we taste this, I don't care what it tastes like because I'm proud of us. I think we really faithfully recreated what the chopped beef steak sandwich is. Yeah. And that is real friends who made along the way. Oh, wow. Hold on now. Wait, dip it in the steak sauce. When I was talking about that Carl's Jr. steak sandwich that I had, this perfectly recreates that experience in the sense that it's not a steak because it's definitely processed, but it's also not a burger because it's got more chew to it.
It's not a burger at all.
I was joking about this being a McSteak. This is a McSteak. It eats exactly like a McRib, which is a pleasant thing that I enjoy, but it's a McSteak.
It's a McSteak.
I think this tastes good.
I do too.
Despite all the things that we did to it, this tastes nice.
Despite how horrified I was looking at it while it was in the oven, this is good.
It's a nice thing in your mouth.
It's a good fast food steak sandwich.
Do you think that McDonald's should actually bring this back?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I want
Why?
to. I don't know, because I don't really, I mean, the McRib's kind of average to me.
That's fair. You think that the McSteak can replace the McRib?
I think the McSteak could replace the McRib.
I don't think this has any market. I don't think this has any market to bring back. I don't, what are they, are they getting like the businessman, the Wall Street type to come in and get the steak sandwich? No, who's gonna order this? McDonald's, the future is in chicken from McDonald's and in 99-cent
I don't
items.
want to hear
But that
this
said,
negativity.
So you're thinking that there's an actual market for this in a limited time run?
Yeah.
That's fine. I accept that, Trevor. I accept that. Especially, I'm just excited that you're excited about history. You know, and this is a piece of history. If you think that McDonald's should bring back the onion nuggets and chopped beef steak sandwich, tweet at McDonald's with hashtag fast food, and they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? You'll be like, the chopped beef steak sandwich. And they're gonna be like, I'm a 26-year-old social media manager that was made in 1979. What do you want from me? And I'm gonna be there lurking in the background, just going, yes, yes, do it, do it. Do it. Do it. Thanks so much for stopping by the Mythical Kitchen. Got new episodes for you every week. We got new episodes of our podcast, A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, every Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts. Hit us up on Instagram at Mythical Kitchen with pictures of your mythical dishes under hashtag Dreams Become Food. This is still the Onion Cup. See y'all next time. Hey, use your head and get the new Mythical headband, available now at mythical.com.